What's going on, guys? It's Austin here, and welcome back to another episode of Madden 18 Career Mode here on the PS4 with the Detroit Lions. In the last episode against the San Francisco 49ers, we finally found a way to pick up our very first victory on the season, our very first victory with the new squad that we got traded to from the Arizona Cardinals. I'm excited. Now that we finally got one victory out of the way, let's go ahead and take on the Jets, and let's go ahead and pick up our second W on the season. So here we are against the Jets. We are already up 10-0 in the first quarter with a minute and 26 seconds remaining, backed up on our own 9-yard line. We are going to run a deep slant, and we are not going to be able to haul it in. You're going to see over the course of this game that we struggled at the beginning to get the ball in our hands, to make things happen, and to make production for our team. However, thankfully, we are already up 10-0, so we do kind of have a cushion. And against the Jets aren't a great football team. They have some flashes, but they're not a good football team, so we don't have nothing to worry about. The only thing we have to worry about is stuff like that, is that Matthew Stafford is making horrible decisions at the beginning of the season. He's been making bad decisions from day one to now day whatever the heck this day is. I'm going to go ahead and just say day 4. So here we are on 3rd and 10, our bread and butter down. We hit him with a beautiful, beautiful comeback route to go ahead and get the first down for our team, to get a nice reception for us, get some nice yardage for our stats, and move on in the game. Losing our first two was that was a pretty rough way to lose. The first game we got killed. The second game we lost in the final 6 seconds of the game. So it's nice to last week come out in our 3rd game of the season and go ahead and pick up a pretty solid victory against the 49ers. And as long as we can continue doing what we were doing before all of this mayhem's happening in the Jets game, we should be able to walk out as we go ahead and get a beautiful touchdown pass right there. We should be able to walk out with our second victory on the season, evening up our record at 2-2 on the year, hopefully climbing the ladder very slowly to first place in the NFC North. Right now, the Packers are leading the division. They're having a pretty solid year so far to begin the year, and so I have a feeling it's going to come down to a dogfight at the end of the year between us and the Packers. So we're going to have to take advantage of that, and you will see at the end of this episode. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to act like that didn't just happen. So you will see at the end of our episode today, you will see the schedule for the rest of our season. You will see when we face our division rivals. You will see the big games, the little games, everything in between. Just to kind of give you an idea of how the season's going to go. You'll be able to tell kind of what game is. It's kind of a gimme game, but it's the NFL. You can never have a gimme game, but you can kind of tell the games that we're going to have a little bit easier of a time with, and you're all going to see the games that we're going to have a struggle time with. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything when that happened. That was a little too nice. Okay, so we do go ahead and pick up our second touchdown on the year on a beautiful streak route. Matthew Stafford hit us over the top, and we were able to break away for a beautiful touchdown pass. On 2nd and 10, he tries to throw it back up to me, but he overthrows me, just probably by about a yard. He overthrew me. I don't like when he does that, but he has a pretty big arm on him, so I get it. Thankfully, we are up 24-7. At the start of this game, we had a pretty shaky start. Matthew Stafford really wasn't hitting his reads. He really wasn't hitting his receivers how they should be. But now he's kind of stepping into a groove. And on 1st and 10, he's just going to throw it up to us. We are going to take it and get a solid gain of about 30 yards on the play. Moving along, getting closer to that end zone, getting closer to putting 7 more points on the board. We are up 24-14 with the second quarter coming to a close. And on 1st and 10, he tries to go right back to me, and it is intercepted once again. He probably leads the league in interceptions this year because he is doing absolutely terrible at protecting the ball. It's like whenever we do good, he just wants to feed us the ball. I'm not calling for the pass every single time. So when we're doing good, he wants to feed us the ball, and I like that, but at the same time, he tries to force it. And that is where his interceptions come from. But anyway, with 13 seconds remaining, I thought he was going to hit us again across the middle on a slant, and I was expecting to be able to catch that and break away, but he didn't hit us. So with no timeouts left, 24-14, with 10 seconds to go, we run a beautiful corner route, hit us over the top, bring us down to the 28-yard line, And just like that, we are in position to go ahead and kick a field goal and put 3 more points on the board. And just like that, that's exactly what we do. Here we are, starting the third quarter, guys, 27-14. We have a nice, solid lead. And I thought that was going to be another interception because he tried to force it to me. I did try to go up and make a nice catch for him. However, they were able to jar the ball loose. But on 3rd and 8, on our bread and butter down, we are gone. And just like that, we have 3 touchdowns on the day. We are having an unrealistic game. We already have 1,000 receiving yards on the season. Like I said, Matthew Stafford, he just loves to feed us the ball. Once again, he just loves to feed us the ball. It's like all the other receivers on the field don't matter because he just likes to feed us the rock. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that because when he does that, we get 35 points on the board. When he doesn't do that, we barely get 14. So anyways, away from bashing on our quarterback, here on 1st and 10 in the red zone after a Jets turnover, we get another touchdown, 4 touchdowns on the day. Through 3 quarters alone. We are having one heck of a season. If we are not in the if we're not in the running for MVP, then I have no more faith in the NFL. If we are not somewhere in the top 5 or 6 talk for MVP, I have no more faith in the NFL. It's just that simple. Enough on, bragging about us. One guy that's really had a really, really good year for us this year is Theo Riddick. After Matthew Stafford once again throws a pick, and he does go all the... Well, that's embarrassing. Well, anyways, like I was saying, so another player that's really been having a good year for us this year is Theo Riddick, our running back. He is having an absolute stud of a year. He is breaking out. This is definitely a breakout season for him. He's been good, but this is definitely a breakout season for him. But with that being said, we are ending the third quarter being up 42-24. We're just flipping the score, We're 42, they're 24, we're just flipping it. But we are up by a massive, massive margin. As long as we don't do anything stupid, we should be able to walk out of this game with the victory, go home to Detroit, and defend our home turf. So with the fourth quarter winding down here on 2nd and 10, we run a nice comeback route. Once again, that is kind of becoming a pretty nice route for us. We didn't really use a comeback route that much in Arizona. However, here in Detroit, that is a nice route. Because Carson Palmer, he had a little bit of struggles. Matthew Stafford has struggles too, but if it was up to me, I would much rather play for Matthew Stafford as he tries to go back to us in the corner of the end zone, but he does airmail it just a little bit out of reach. But like I said, I would much rather play with Matthew Stafford other than Carson Palmer. Matthew Stafford has such a massive arm, such a cannon arm on him that he could hit you on any side, any length of the field that he wants to. And that's nice to have. However, don't be alarmed. Yes, Theo Riddick is on the ground hurt, but he does come back. In this next play, he does come back, thankfully. I got a little nervous when I saw that. However, here on 1st and goal, you see him right in the backfield. It's no mystery what we're doing. We're going to give it off Theo Riddick, and he's going to run it up the middle for a touchdown. And we are just putting the score on the Jets. So it's nice to see him not be hurt because that was not going to lie, that was a little scary when I first saw it. However, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we are walking away with a W, leaving New York winning 58-24, an absolute unreal game that we had. We did have 5 touchdowns on the game. I don't know why we weren't on the field. I don't know why we weren't controlling our first touchdown, but whatever. We did have 5 on the day. And thanks to our 5 touchdowns, we do go ahead and take a W, 58-24, knocking off the New York Jets. Our stats: 370 yards, 5 touchdowns, and our longest reception was 73 yards. Absolutely crazy of a game. And of course, we're going to have some XP, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade some XP. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our route running. I'm pretty sure we're going to upgrade our juke move. However, we are going into our bye week, getting a full week's rest. We're going to go ahead and look at our standings. The Green Bay Packers are, in fact, in the lead with us in second place, with the Vikings and Bears trailing in last place, the winless Bears, wow. And so like I was saying, guys, this is going to be the remainder of the schedule right here. You know, we're facing the Dolphins, which is going to be a pretty easy game. The Bears and the Packers, and then the Patriots are back-to-back in week 11, 12, and 13. That is absolutely crazy. We should be able to at least come out with one victory of those 3 weeks. That's going to be the goal. I want to win every single game against the Packers in every single divisional game. And then now we're going to go ahead and look at our stats on this season. In the NFL, we have 1,107 yards on the year with 10 touchdowns. Absolutely incredible, guys. So you know what? Come back next week. Come back this Friday to check out our game against the division rivals, the Chicago Bears. My name is Austin. Thank you for watching this far, and thank you for sticking with this career mode, guys. I will talk to y'all later, and remember, crumple, don't fold.